and welcome to Learning to Learn. My name is Ian Gibbs, and this is where we look at the art of learning, different learning techniques, and how you can apply those to become a more effective learner. Now, a while ago I interviewed a good friend of mine, Simon, who's a very experienced learner. He's 54 years old, and he was telling us about the different techniques that he uses to learn stuff better. And today I'm going to be interviewing another good friend of mine, Cadence. Cadence has also won several prizes for her learning skills, but Cadence isn't 54. She's a little bit younger than Simon is. Cadence is just 13. But nevertheless, she has several good learning techniques that I would like her to share with us today. So, Cadence, hello. How are you?
Good.
Good. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm from Sheffield, which is in the UK. I'm in my second year of high school and I'm obsessed with art. I've got two dogs, Kuka and Murphy, and they're both adorable, but my parents don't think that. I live with my brother, sister, mum, dad and granddad.
And what school do you go to?
Handsworth Grange.
Handsworth Grange. I think we have a picture of that here. What's it like?
It's quite big. I'm not getting lost anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's a plus.
Brilliant. You've won a few certificates and awards at school, haven't you? Could you explain a little bit about what awards you've won?
I got nominated as Student of the Term.
Student of the Term. Could you show that to the camera? Yep.
I got Homework of the Half Term
Very good.
because mine was the most creative.
Mm-hmm.
And I have got a lot of postcards because when we do well at school and you achieve something amazing,
Yep.
you get a postcard, and I've got around 20 of them.
Right. But does everybody get a postcard?
No.
No?
No.
Right. So how many postcards does the average student get?
About 5?
5. And you've got 20.
Yeah.
Very good. Well done, Cadence.
Thanks.
Right. And I understand that you've also been the first person to get a special prize as well.
Yeah.
What have you won?
I want a Kindle.
A Kindle. Could you show that to the camera? Excellent. And what did you do to win a Kindle?
I was trying hard in maths because I was put at the bottom set of maths, and I kept going to this maths catch-up thing. It's like a lunchtime club. So you go in, you take lunch, and you sit down at the computer, and you have the whole half an hour to try and get through as much maths as possible.
Right.
And there were like 3 of us that turned up, me and my 2 best friends.
Right.
And I'm the one who completed the most levels and tried the hardest, so I got a prize.
Well done.
Thanks.
Excellent. So would it be fair to say that as far as school goes, you're pretty good at learning stuff?
Yeah, you could say that.
Right. Now, does the way that you learn, is it the same way that everybody else learns in your class?
No.
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 Okay. So is it fair to say that you have your own special way of learning, which has allowed you to win all these certificates and prizes?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would imagine that the people watching this video would be interested in knowing what is it that you do, or what are some of the techniques that you use to learn stuff better?
I use flashcards a lot. I've got a different pack for each subject.
Yeah.
I use Anki app just because we're going through way too much card. So I use that on my phone, and I pick 2 subjects every night and I revise those, then I can get through all of them.
And when you say that you're using Anki app because you were using too many cards, how many cards did you have, or do you have?
I had hundreds. I had a box about this big, and a lot of them went through the washer because I forgot to take them out of my blazer pocket.
Ah, okay, yes. Waterproof flashcards.
Yes.
Good advice, good idea. Yep. And what else?
I've got, I suppose you could call it a study group. Me and my best friends after school, we tend to study together. So for some of our homeworks, we've worked in a group and we've produced a video, which turned out quite well, if I could say so myself. But we did it together and it turned out 10 times as better as it would just a plain piece of paper.
Excellent. Would you like to say hello to your friends on the camera there?
Hi.
What are their names?
Iman, Asher and Jodie.
All right, Iman, Asher and Jodie.
Yeah.
All right, okay, I hope they're watching that.
Yeah.
Okay. And why do you think doing it in a group helps you learn better?
Because more than one brain works better. Because we've all got a different point of view, and if you put them all together, you've got more than one idea, which worked for us.
All right. So if you tried to do it by yourself, what would happen?
It would turn out good, just not as good because you've only got one set of information.
Mm-hmm.
But when we did it, there were me, Iman, Asher, and Jodie helped with the camera because we all needed to be in one, so we couldn't video it. But it was all three of us, and there were a number of parts that needed to be played as well. And if there were only one of us, it would be a bit hard.
So hang on, this is a study group,
Yeah,
but you're talking about recording yourself as well.
yeah.
Do you normally record yourself on video when you do your study?
No, that was just a project. That was a one-off. We had to do a project on Antarctica, and we figured it would be an awesome idea to do it as a news report.
Excellent.
And that's what we did, and we were the only ones to do it like that.
So you weren't told to do a video?
No, we were given some questions we had to complete, and we were told we could present it however we'd like, and we decided to do it as a video. And everybody else handed it in on a piece of paper, and we emailed it to him, and he was amazed. He loved it.
Brilliant. So you've talked about flashcards
Yeah.
and Anki app,
Yeah.
which is a similar sort of thing, and you talked about working in a group to do homeworks and talk about problems and things, and making videos as well, which actually I think is also really useful. Is there anything else that you do?
Each homework I get, I try and turn it into an art project because I find art interesting, and it will be much more easier for me. Because what's the point in doing a piece of homework that's boring? There's just no point. So I turn it into an art project, and each one is different, and I find it much more fun, and it turns out 10 times better.
The video that you said, that's an example.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you give another example of one that you've done by yourself?
One of the things was we had to find out what sort of things have changed since the Titanic crashed. And I handed it in on a piece of paper this time, although it was like an old piece of paper. It looked like someone had dabbed tea bags all over it.
Right.
But instead of just Googling it, we actually went to the Titanic Museum, because we were on holiday then. We were in Southampton, and we visited the museum, and I gathered loads of information, and I did it like a newspaper, and I did it on, like I've already said, tea paper. I call it tea paper. It's not really called tea paper. And then I wrote on a separate piece of paper things that I've learned and some things that have changed that I've not already included. And I've just also added some extra facts. So instead of just Googling it, I went to the museum, which was fun. I really enjoyed it.
Excellent. So do you find that turning the homework that you do into a creative project helps you remember it better?
Yes.
Why do you think that might be?
Because if you were to sit through a class and you were told some information and then something really funny happened, you'd probably just forget about all that important information straight away because something else is drawn to your mind. Whereas if you was to do something fun and include the information, it would stay with you as one big parcel, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of just remembering the funny thing, you remember all the information as well.
Right.
Which is what I did.
Excellent. Okay. So we've got revision cards,
Yeah.
we've got working in a group, we've got doing your homework as a sort of arts crafts project. Is that it, or is there anything else that you do?
Well, me and my dad found this person on YouTube that we turn to a lot. It's called Khan Academy. And when I got stuck on maths, which it was quite a lot because I wasn't very good at maths, we used to Google something, and then Khan Academy would turn up the first thing on the list. And we used to sit and watch it, and then if I didn't understand it, Dad would understand it because he's watched the video, and then he would explain it to me. So if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be as good at maths.
Okay. So Khan Academy it's a video for maths, or does it do other things as well?
He does other things as well, but we use it for maths mostly.
Right. And you find that's really helpful?
Yeah.
Okay. And you mentioned your dad. Does your dad help you much with your studies?
My dad really cares about what happens at school, and he helps me a lot.
Okay.
I don't think many parents help their children like that. I know if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be as good either.
Right.
So it's also my parents, especially my dad, and it's all the other revision tips as well. But if it wasn't for Dad, I wouldn't really be as good.
Okay. So if there are any mums and dads watching this video and they want to help their children at school, what are the sort of things that your dad does that really help you that they could do with their kids?
If I don't understand something, I ask Dad to try and help me. He normally tells me to go and watch Khan Academy, and then if I still don't understand it, he comes and watch it with me. So I would say, help your children. Don't ignore them. If they need help, you need to go and help them, because otherwise they're not going to get anywhere.
But he doesn't do it for you?
No.
So he helps you find out the answers for yourself?
Yeah. We do one together, and then he lets me have a go so he can see where I'm going wrong, and then we fix it, and then I can do it.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Excellent. So the reason for these videos that we're doing, Cadence, is really to help people become better learners. So as far as your point of view is, if you had your favourite top 3 suggestions or tips, what would they be?
It would be make it fun, because it'll turn out way better. Use flashcards, because what's the point in something going into your mind, you remember it, and then after a few weeks, it's gone. You need to try and remember it. And my final one is, I would say doing it as a study group, because you might not understand it and you might think everybody else understands it, and then you work together and you find out, hang on a minute, they don't understand it either, which happens quite a lot. So we work together, and then instead of just one person not getting it, everyone gets it, and then at the end we all understand it because we've all worked together to try and get the answer.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you all the best with your studies, Cadence. I'm sure you'll do phenomenally well at school this year, and I'll look forward to hearing about your future successes.
Thanks.
Thank you very much for being with us.
Thanks.
If you are learning something and you're having difficulties, if you have any doubts or any questions or any issues that you'd like me to deal with on these set of videos, then please let me know. Write me a message, send me a note, and I will try to answer those questions in future videos. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, which will be appearing here in a short while. And if you can share these videos with anybody who is also trying to learn stuff better, you might be doing them a big favor. Thank you very much. See you soon.